Welcome back to Shooting Gallery New England, everybody. My name is Joe. Today we got a special video for you on the Sig P322 in 22LR. Let's check it out. Now, before we get into this review, I do want to recommend you guys please make sure you like this video, subscribe if you are not subscribed, but also for YouTube's purposes, we are shooting this in a safe location. We're having our eyes, ears, all safety equipment, all safety rules have been followed on this video, so please do me a favor and enjoy the show. So welcome back, guys. I know we are not at Cape Gunworks, but I do want to give them a big shout out for allowing me to use the range for this range review. This gun is actually on the rental wall at Cape Gunworks at 96 Airport Road in Hyannis, Massachusetts. So if you're in that area, please check them out. Unfortunately, this gun is not mask compliant, but I was able to have the opportunity to actually shoot this gun for review, and we're gonna have another video on this as well. But the Sig P322 is, I would say, one of the best 22LRs on the market. We have a couple more guns that we're going to be doing in the coming weeks to kind of compare and contrast. So with Sig, they had what I'd say dumpster fire of a 22LR back in the day, which was usually known as the Sig Mosquito, kind of a 22LR on the basis of a 22 platform in the 226, 229 category. That gun sucked. I'm going to be quite honest. That is a dumpster fire. Every time I get one in for repair or there's having some cycling issues, that gun did not want to cycle. Even if you fed mini mags or some like high test Winchester Super X, it didn't want to cycle. So with everybody getting on the P320 bandwagon, this does have the P320 characteristics, not as a full P320 clone, but it is having the same characteristics of the P320. The Sig P322 is a phenomenal gun. Let's check it out, and then we're going to get into some specs. Now let's get into some specs on the P322. At its core, it is a 22LR hammer-fired polymer frame pistol. It is optics ready. It does come cut for the Romeo Zero optic or the Holosun 507K. I'm going off a spec sheet on my phone to get you guys the right information, but it comes with two high cap mags. We're going to be doing a play on words here, but I was shooting a 10-round mag just because of the state I am in, but it does come with two higher capacity mags, so please kind of do your own research on that. It does come with a threaded barrel. Some come with a safety and come with a without a safety. The barrel length is 4 inches. The overall width is 1.4 inches. Overall length is 7 inches. It does come in a compact size. Does have a 1913 Picatinny rail. Single action only. You have the ability to change out the trigger shoe on a flat or curved trigger. The barrel material is carbon steel. Grip texture, all that. Usually it's black polymer. The frame material or stainless steel polymer. And then your slide finish is a hard coat anodized. And then, yes, it does come optics ready. Those are the specs. It's a 22 pistol. It's, you know, if you guys like these specs, please let me know. I do like to give you guys the best information, but those are the specs on the Sig P322. Now, let's get into how I feel about the Sig P322. I do have a few kind of quandaries about it. Obviously, it's a 22 LR semi-automatic. That means it is going to be ammo finicky. I did have some Aguila 40 grain, like Super X, whatever it's a 40 grain, kind of the Aguila version of the CCI mini mags. I had no malfunctions during this whole test and evaluation, so I would say run some high test ammo if you can find it. I know 22LR can be kind of finicky depending on what gun you're shooting out of. Since it does come optics ready, I think that kind of really starts to get into the whole target shooting and kind of competition series. I don't think they should have cut this for a Romeo 0. That optic sucks. I have no reason to ever use a Romeo 0. I always try and tell people, go with the Holosun 507K. It's a much better made optic. I've had to send the Romeo 0 back many times. Either you couldn't adjust the windage and elevation, the battery just didn't want to work, the laser didn't want to fully zero. There's always so many kind of issues that you can deal with the Romeo 0. But that is like Sig's like branded optic, so obviously it's going to be cut for that. This did have a Romeo 0 cut in the test and evaluation, as you can see from the footage. I had no issue zeroing it. I did have to kind of make sure it was on target. We were shooting at about 10 to 15 yards at Cape Gunworks, so I mean, that's what a lot of people are going to be shooting at if you're going to do Steel Challenge or if you're going to do some type of competition shooting. You can probably go to 25 yards with that. I didn't try it, but it is a very accurate pistol. That was one thing I did like. For the price point these are coming in at, they're coming in at about $400, so you could find them for a little bit cheaper on online sites, but at the moment they're at that $400 price point, which is very much in line with the Ruger SR22, the Walther P22, and even the new Taurus TX22. They're all in line with that price point. You know, you could get a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but these are kind of new on the market, and from what I've seen, there's really not that much negative about the gun. Now, I will say I do really like that the one I shot had the flat face trigger. I am more of a flat face trigger type of guy, and it's much easier for new shooters to kind of use a flat face trigger. That is one like. The only other thing that I would say that I wasn't a fan of is that the mags are plastic. I understand with a polymer frame gun, it is going to have a plastic mag to save on weight and also save on cost. But plastic mags are notorious for having issues. So I can definitely see you having to get more magazines down the road because the follower or the actual magazine body itself isn't really working for you. And I wish it was cut for a larger optic. That is just my personal opinion. I'm just saying that. I've been a staunch critic of the Romeo 0. I always tell people, if you're going to get an optic and it is cut for a Romeo 0, spend the extra like $125 and get the Holosun 507K. You get a much better reticle, durability, battery life, a whole bunch of better options with the Holosun over the Romeo 0. But those are my pros and cons. Again, it is in 22LR, so ammo is going to be much more affordable than a 9mm right now. Obviously, with rising costs of ammo shortages, everything that's going on in the world, 22LR is just going to be a much easier round to find and much easier for new shooters. So, for pros and cons, take that for what you will. I am not the end-all, be-all gun reviewer. I'm just a guy that likes pulling triggers. Now, what it comes down to is, what do you want to spend your money on? With a market that is saturated with Ruger Mark IVs and the Smith & Wesson Victory, you're going to get so many different options for a 22 semi-automatic pistol. But you're going to get, again, warranty will be bar none. Sig's warranty is absolutely amazing. I've had to deal with them a few times at work, and people at customer service are nothing but helpful. Aftermarket support, I don't know what is really out on the market right now. I can see people probably like Volkortsen or Tan McGross coming out with maybe aftermarket triggers like the Victory trigger. I can see that coming almost instantly. I can see aftermarket sites available for it, all this aftermarket support. As long as this platform takes off, I can see it being a viable option in the 22 LR semi-automatic pistol category. But again, everyone has for some reason has this hatred towards Sig. Maybe they just can't get over the P320 debacle. I don't know. But for me, I would much prefer something that's affordable and it runs well. I was always a big fan of the Ruger SR22, and the SR22 is been kind of like a mainstay on the 22 semi-automatic market. I would like to see this come in a long slide version. That would be pretty cool. And also, I would like to see it come without a manual safety. I'm back and forth with manual safeties on a 22. I don't think you need a manual safety on a 22 because your safety is in between the ears. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. This is my opinion on the Sig P322. I do want to give a big shout out to Cape Gun Works for allowing me to use the range and the gun for this test and evaluation. Please stay tuned because we're going to be having a how to clean and lubricate your Sig P322 coming out this week. So as always, stay safe, stay shooting. I'm gonna see you soon. Peace.